Shri Parashakti Vidyala CBSE Class 7th Subject English.
Dear students, in the last class we have seen Unit 3 Prose and Poems we completed in the previous classes. So in this class we are going to see about Lesson 3 in Supplementary Reader Book. I already gave you homework. Can you remember? So in this class we are going to see about the desert in Lesson 3 Supplementary Reader. So now take your book, page number 15. So usually you know about desert. So what is desert? It is generally a place without water and vegetation, we are taught. So in this lesson through we can see the beautiful nature of desert. They described by the author in a beautiful way. So that we can see. I hope you must enjoy the lesson. Okay. Now take your book and let's go. Dear students, take page number 15. The topic is the desert. So before we can see the lesson, they given some points. So I am going to read, just listen. A desert is generally without water and vegetation. A green patch is fresh water and green trees in the middle of a desert is a beautiful sight. A desert may be too hot or too cold. So the author given the short introduction about the desert. Generally we thought it is a place without water and vegetation. So the popular belief is what? The area is, it has a endless sand, no greenery, very hot, dry, without sand. So this only we all believe, but it is not at all correct. So the beautiful nature of desert described by the author in this lesson. Okay, let's go. Those those of us who live in regions covered with forest and surrounded by hills may find it difficult to imagine what a desert is really like. So usually people not know about the desert places. We are lived in the regions covered with the forest and hills, so we may not found the difficult. So what is the desert? We don't know. The popular belief is that an endless stretch of sand where no rain falls in, that no vegetation grows. So we also thought that, like, so it is a popular belief. So usually desert means there is a without water and vegetation, but it is not good. It is a dry, hot, waterless, without shelter. But it is not entirely correct. For those who have studied it, the desert can be a beautiful place. So from this story we know about the beautiful place of desert. It is a home of the variety of people, animals and plants that have learned to live under very hot and dry conditions. So in this lesson through, the author describe about the beautiful nature of the peoples or animals and plants what have in the desert. So we don't know about the desert, so that's why we are telling it is a hot place. It is not a such a capable place to live the human being. So it is not a fact. What is a nature it has, really we can learn from the story. True, the ground is not always hidden by the cover of grass, plants and trees as it is in the other climates. But whenever it rains, which is rare, desert flowers bloom and sight can be rewarding as that any tropical garden. So we believe there is no rain in desert, but not a good. Sometimes if it is a rain falls, so there is a flowers, it means that the desert plants also bloom in that garden. So that is rewarding as the any tropical garden. So it is very beautifully described by him. A desert is not always a flat unchanging with the wasteland of dry land. It may have mountains and hills. We thought it is a wasteland, but not good. It also has a mountains and hills like our area. It may be have an oasis, big or small. The oasis, what is meant by oasis? Already we studied in social. An oasis is like a green island in the middle of the desert where aspiring or well gives a plants and trees a better chance to grow. The oasis supposed to be, it is a green land in the desert area. Okay. Page number 16. A desert may be hot like the Thor or cold like a Ladakh. But generally speaking, if a place has little or no water vegetation, people usually call it a desert. So we are also called, if it is no water, we said this is just a desert area. Some deserts are almost totally without water. In such places, strong winds blow rising helps of sand and depositing them as mounds. These are called the sand dunes that shift and move endlessly across the desert. Few plants can survive on such dry and shifting sands. So we are believe there is no water. Already told there is a little or no water vegetation. We are called the sand. But some desert has totally without water. Such a places it can make itself. It is a mounds. It is called as a sand dunes. So what is sand dunes? Such a place strong winds blow, it keeps a sand and depositing it will make like a mount. So that is called the sand dunes. They shift and move endlessly across the desert. We can see in the so many films the desert area. Few plants can survive on such a dry shifting sands. Even the dry places can some plants has can grow in that place. So they are shifting the sands into other places. Page number 17. Some more points to remember. Desert plants and animals learn to require much less water than most plants and animals. The camel is a typical desert animal, and the smaller deserts animals have unusual means of satisfying their need of water. So in this passage we can see about the plants and animals who lived in that area. All living things need water in order to survive. So we all know the fact about without water we can't live. But the few plants and animals that live in desert have developed the ability to require less water than most plants and animals. So we thought without water we cannot survive, but the God given the beautiful opportunity of some creatures, they can live in the desert area, develop the ability to require the less water. So there are so many plants and animals even can live in that area. The camel, the popularly known as the ship of the desert, we already studied in the lower classes. So the desert area, the vehicle, the ship, it is known as a camel because it can drink lot of water at one time, but it can store. That we all know about the fact. That's why it can survive in the desert. So that's why it is called as a ship of desert. Take page number 18. Camels can do without water for days together. The reason is they sweat very little. We sweat because we must keep our body temperature constant. We sweat when it gets hot and then this cools the body. The camels can stand high body temperature. They don't need to sweat and can therefore retain the water they drink for long periods of time. So usually if we felt hot, we won't drink. So we could drink only, we can do the next work. So the camel, it has a different capacity. It can, once it is drinking water, it can store. This is storage, it is like a container. So because of the body has a high temperature, so they don't know to sweat. So therefore the retained water they drink is balance remain in their body. So it has a long periods of time, it can store the water in their body. That's why it can live in the desert. The smaller desert animals do not drink water. They burrow underground during the hot and they come out the night to eat. Some of them eat other animals and get the water they need from the moisture in the meat. Others eat plants and seeds and get the water they need from the plant juices. So not all the desert animals, but some, the smaller desert animals, they do not drink water. Without the water they can live. The burrow underground during the hot day, it can get the food from there. The desert creatures require less water, and the smaller desert plants such as cactus store water in the thick stems. It absorbs the moisture even from the light rains. The same thing, um, the water they need from the moisture from the other animals' meat. Others eat plants and seeds. They get water from the plant juices. Okay. The desert plants also adapt themselves to the life they had. It has a, it adopt the situation to their body. The cactus plants, already we see the cactus plants store water in the thick stems. Their roots sits close to the surface to the ground and quickly absorb the moisture from the light rains that occasionally fall. So whenever the rains, even the light rains, it can get the water from the observation from the fall. The major feature of all the desert, of course, dryness and temperature. Take page number 19. The major feature of desert is, of course, dryness and variation in temperature. Already we know. In the humid climates, the moisture in the air acts like a blanket and protects the Earth's surface from the hot rays of the sun. The absence of this blanket in the desertless causes the desert to heat up rapidly during the day and cool off rapidly at night. The deserts are an important part of nature's great plan. They are like the dense forests and deep oceans. Just because they are hot and dry, one should not look upon them as a useless part of the earth. The major feature of all the deserts is dryness and variation in temperature since there is no moisture in the air. Okay. The desert heats up rapidly during the day and also cools its temperature into the night rapidly. The same time in the night also. The desert have their own importance. They are also part of the nature's plan and it is also a gift of God. One should not call them as a useless. So we always thought the desert is a useless place. It is not supposed to be has a capacity to live the human being. It is not a good. Some creatures of God, even the plants, animals, that can also survive the place. That is beautifully described by the author in this lesson, the desert. So we don't call desert is a useless place. It is also useful to some people, animals and plants. So that is a message we learn from the story. So hereafter we don't call it is a useless. So every creature of God is useful thing. That's all. So that's all, my dear students. Dear students, so I hope you all understood the lesson 3, that is it, and enjoys also. Now all of you take your English note and write the long answer type question. Okay, so write the heading and without mistake you just copy in your English note and study. It may be asked in the long answer question in the exam. Okay, the question is, how do desert plants fulfill their need for water? Answer: some desert plants adapt themselves to the life they lead. The cactus plants have thick stems, they store water in them, their roots lie close to the surface of the ground. The roots quickly absorb the moisture from the light rains that occasionally fall. In this way, they fulfill their need for water. A few plants that live in deserts have developed the ability to require less water than most plants in other regions. That's all. So that's all, my dear students. So totally up to today we can complete 3 units fully. It means 3 proses, 3 poem and 3 supplementary reader stories. Okay. So in the next class we can see lesson 3 in grammar. Before that you just read whatever given in the lesson 3. After that we can discuss in the next class. Thank you.